If you've ever held back your potential so that you could fit in, if you've been afraid to stand out because you didn't want to lose friends, or if deep down you know you're capable of more, but there's just something that's holding you back, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Caitlin Anderson, graduate admissions consultant and Oxford MBA who has helped hundreds of students win interviews and offers to all the top business schools in the world, including Harvard, Stanford, Oxford, MIT, and Yale, and win over $1 million in scholarships. I received my bachelor's degree in technical communication from the University of Texas at San Antonio, where I graduated summa cum laude and first in my class of 1,668 students. In my other videos, I share the strategies, how I picked my major, managed my time, and studied. But this one is different. This is the emotional side of the story. The part that no one talks about, but that was just as important to graduating summa cum laude and first in my class of 1,668 students. In this video, I'm sharing the mindset shift it took to get me there. And a wish I have for this video is that by the end of it, you'll feel like you have the permission to stop playing small and lean into your own version of excellence. This video is a bit more personal, so to give you the insight I hope will help, I need to share some context. Growing up, I moved to 10 different states in the US and I attended 3 high schools. One in Mississippi, one in Ohio, and one in New Mexico, which all have different cultures if you've ever been to those states. And on a core level, I am motivated by intimacy or close connection with other people. And so when I was starting over constantly, I felt like fitting in was the only way that I was gonna get what I needed most, which was that close connection to other people. And for a long time, to me, that meant hiding who I really was. So I'm going to tell you this story, and I hope it inspires you or at least comforts you if you find yourself in a similar situation. I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. Part number 1, English class. Part number 2, young love. Part number 3, stepping into the spotlight. One of the most important moments in my life was when I was in a high school English class. I remember it vividly as if it was just a few years ago, even though we're talking over 20. The teacher was handing back our exam papers, and the girl who I was sitting next to, I had just become friends with. She looked over at my paper and she goes, "Ew, you got an A." She had gotten a C. And I still remember how quickly the energy between us shifted from this very warm vibe to a suspicious, almost kind of distant energy. And while she was only 15, I definitely don't hold it against her. We're actually still friends to this day. I got the message at that time that be too smart and you will lose your connection to other people. Obviously, that's not what I know to be true now. If I had continued to achieve academically at that time, I might have lost my connection to some people, but I would have found my connection to other people who valued what I was interested in, which was academics. So for the rest of high school, I toned down my achievements academically. And instead of focusing on school, I focused on the social side. And I took on this kind of bubbly, light, upbeat vibe. And I kept my grades solid enough that I wouldn't get into trouble with authority figures like parents and teachers. But I made sure that I didn't stand out academically. A little over a year later, I got my first boyfriend, and he was naturally brilliant. He walked into the ACT and got a perfect score on the first try, never studied. He took all AP classes. He was the kind of person who would correct the teacher's calculus in class. One day, he told me that one of his classmates had asked him, "Why are you with Caitlin? She's kind of a ditz." I didn't even know the girl personally that had asked him this question, but it hit me hard. I had tried so hard not to be intimidating through academics that I had swung too far on the other side. So I didn't want to be seen as a threat, but I also didn't want to be seen as an airhead. I moved to a new high school in my senior year, so I got to restart when I got to college. That was one of the upsides of moving around so much, is you always had a blank slate. There were no old social dynamics you needed to manage, just a clear canvas. And for the first time in years, I let myself be curious when I was in school. I studied hard, yes, but there were subjects I was genuinely fascinated with, especially in my major. I took interviewing and professional communication and technical writing, commercial publications, and digital media productions. I realized I didn't just want good grades. I wanted understanding and mastery. And that's when I started doing things that were in more alignment with who I actually was. And I leaned heavily into academics. Now, I'll be honest, it came at a cost. I gave up my weekends. I spent a lot of time alone studying. While some people were partying or going out, I was in the library, deep in thought, writing papers, finishing projects, solving problems, and following ideas that lit me up. Looking back, I can see that none of the college strategies I used would have worked if I hadn't done the emotional work first. I had to stop shrinking myself. I had to feel that it was safe to take up space and try hard and excel at this thing. And I had to honestly believe that I wouldn't be ostracized from society. Once I let go of the fear of being too much, I finally had the focus, the energy, and the drive to go all in. And that's what allowed me to graduate summa cum laude and first in my class. The truth is, mindset is the foundation for success. So, if you've ever held back your potential to be accepted or stay connected to the people around you, I get it. But trust me, dimming your light won't bring you real connection. It'll just keep you disconnected from yourself and the people around you, because how can they connect with you if you're not being you? It doesn't feel good to them because that's not real connection. You are allowed to be brilliant. You are allowed to take up space. If you are in the process of building your own version of excellence, hit subscribe. This channel is for you.